All right, now I've got Charlie Gasparino with us. I mean, there's a little brouhaha separately building here in Manhattan over that St. Patrick's Cathedral mass among some very rich guys who somehow did not end up with an invite. What happened, Gaspar?
Well, they got invites, but they got, apparently, at least according to them, lousy seats, and they wanted better seats for them. Now, we should point out that this is a prayer service on Thursday that the Pope's going to give at the newly renovated St. Patrick's Cathedral. As you know, a lot of Wall Street guys gave a lot of money to this. They raised a lot of money over the last couple of years to renovate this thing. They thought they would have better seating. I can tell you that I did call the Archdiocese of New York, which is in charge of the seating. It's not the Pope directly, and he confirmed that they're getting good seating. They may not get the best seating, but they will get good seating. I said, what is good seating? Well, that's kind of close to the center, maybe up front. But clearly, there's a lot of feathers ruffled among Wall Street guys that gave a lot of money. And I will say this, you know, I've been beaten up on Wall Street for years. Wall Street does a lot of good things. Wall Street creates a lot of wealth. This country has a lot less wealth inequality than the country
well,
that...
who gave them that seating? I mean, who decided on that seating?
Apparently, it was the Archdiocese that figured out the seating.
So it would be Cardinal Dolan who said, I don't care how much money you gave. You're not getting a front row pew. We're putting you in the middle, which is still a fine.
Well, I'm just telling you, a lot of those guys thought they should get better seating given the amount of money they gave to refurbish the cathedral.
Well, did they give a lot of money to the cathedral to get good seating if the Pope comes to town, or do they do it out of their goodness?
You know, you don't put me in
these guys sound very smarmy, and they give capitalists a bad name, Gaspo.
You know what I don't like? I don't like being lectured by you or the Pope on how lousy capitalism
they're complaining because they didn't get to sit in the front row.
By the way, who's gonna renovate the St. Patrick's Cathedral, if not them?
If you're saying that the price of their support for renovating a church is a front row pew to see the Pope, pathetic.
Yes, it's pathetic, but that's the way the world works.
I understand. You know, Greg is still with me. Greg Burke, my former friend, colleague from Fox. Now he's at the Vatican. He was vomiting as you were saying that. He wasn't really.
But I'd like to ask
I was laughing. I wasn't vomiting. Right. 2 points, Neil. The good thing is, and Gaspo's right on this, American Catholics are generous. And the Pope's going to see that, which is interesting because it's not the church you see in Latin America. It's not the church you see in much of Europe. Very active, very well educated, and supremely generous. On the other hand, I think it's very good news if people give a lot of money to the cathedral and give their tickets away and don't cry if they don't get to shake hands with the Pope. I mean, yeah.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Yeah, I said it.
Gaspo, top that.
Be generous.
Well, I just like to know from the since Greg is closest to him, what is this Pope politically from an economic standpoint? Is he a socialist? You know, we talk about it all day. I mean, he's clearly different than other popes because he clearly talks a lot about the sins of capitalism.
By the way, we're looking at the Nazi talk. We're here. It's going to arrive shortly. That is a Pope. He's just going to rest here, cool it. He's probably going to, you know, let it sink in what Charlie Gasparino has just said about it. But, Greg, if you want to answer that heinous charge from this heathen we call Gaspo.
I didn't charge. I'm asking.
Yeah, the sins of capitalism. Actually, I think you'll hear him say some positive things about the United States. I said it before. Suspicious of Wall Street, good on Main Street. The Pope wants one thing, and he says it again and again. The people have the dignity of bringing bread home to put on the table. You know, so he said we can feed everybody, but it's something else to have a job and have that dignity that comes with it.
All right, then who am I to lecture and who am I to judge? But if you are giving money to a church or any cause with the thought in the back of your head that maybe you'll land a good seat to see the Pope, you shouldn't give the money in the first place. So, Gaspo, I'm ashamed to call you a colleague.
You know, maybe as long as I guess they don't put him in the bleachers, it's okay, right?
Oh my God!
Do they have bleachers there at St. Patrick's Cathedral?
What would you recommend?
They can build them. They can build the bleachers for these guys.
Maybe 1,000 Our Fathers, beginning now in Latin, backwards. All right, we'll have a lot more after this. John Casey.